Hi ladies and gents, welcome back to math. Today we're going to be practicing making a 10 to help us add. Remember, when we're doing these short little videos, you don't need to be doing anything other than watching and trying to help me solve the problems, okay? You don't need your workbook or anything like that. When you're done, you're going to go on your Google Classroom and you're going to complete those questions just like you did yesterday. So to review how to make a 10 to help us add, let's look at this problem. It's 8 plus 5 equals how many? Okay, what's our sum? So on the top 10 frame, they have 8 bugs, and then on the bottom 10 frame, they have 5 bugs. Now to make a 10, you need to fill in this top 10 frame, okay? So what they did is they moved 2 bugs to the top, so now they have a full 10 frame. So now they have 10 plus 3. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. But since our number of counters didn't change, that means that 8 plus 5 also equals 13, because that's what we started with over here. And we moved them to make a 10, so now we have 10 plus 3 equals 13, which means 8 plus 5 also equals 13. Let's do this one. It says, make a 10 to help you add. Find 9 plus 7. Okay. So we have 9 here and 7 here. We need to make a 10. It says move one counter to make a 10. So I'm going to move one counter up here. And now I moved this one, so I'm going to have 6 left on the bottom. So 9 plus 7, which is over here, is the same as 10 plus 6. And we know that 10 plus 6 equals 16. And since our number of counters didn't change, that means that 9 plus 7 also equals 16. Okay, let's do this problem. We have the problem 5 plus 6. Let's make a 10 to help us add. So I have 10 frames right here. I'm going to put 5 on the top and 6 on the bottom, and we're going to make a 10. Okay, now that I have 5 plus 6, let's make a 10. So how many counters do I need to move to the top to fill it in? I need to move 5. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I started with 5 plus 6, but now I have 10 plus 1 more. 10 plus 1 more. So 10 plus 1 equals 11, which means 5 plus 6 also equals 11. Okay, we have 7 plus 9, so I'm going to start by making my 10 frames. On this one, friends, I am going to swap my add-ins, and I'm going to put 9 first and then 7. Okay, so now I have 9 plus 7. Okay, it's the same as 7 plus 9 because we can put our add-ins in either order to add them together and we'll still get the same sum. Now, how many counters do I need to move from the bottom 10 frame to the top frame to make one whole 10 frame? 1. So I'm going to move 1 counter. So now I have 10 plus 5, 6. So I have 10 plus 6. And we know 10 plus 6 equals 16. Now, since my number of counters didn't change, that means 7 plus 9 equals 16. Okay, our question says Bianca wants to add 5 plus 8. Describe how she can make a 10 to solve. Okay, so I'm going to draw my 10 frames. So I have 8 plus 5. Now, how many counters do I need to move from the bottom to fill up the top? 2. So I'm going to move 1, 2. So now I have 10 plus 3. We know 10 plus 3 equals 13. So that means 5 plus 8 also equals 13 because my number of counters did not change. Okay. So really quickly, let's describe what we did, or let's describe how she can make a 10 to solve. You can show 8 counters on one 10 frame and 5 counters on the other 10 frame. Then you can take 2 counters from one 10 frame and fill in the other 10 frame with them. Now you have 10 plus 3, and 10 plus 3 equals 13. So 5 plus 8 also equals 13. Okay? See how I described what we did to tell her how she could solve it too. Okay, last problem, you guys. It says Beth has 7 fish and 8 snails. How can Beth make a 10 to find the number of fish and snails she has in all? So right now I'm showing 8 plus 7, okay? And you guys, the reason I'm putting the 8 first is because that means we have to move fewer counters to do our work, okay? It just makes it easier if you put the bigger number on the top 10 frame. You can do it either way though. So we have 8 plus 7. Now, how many counters do we need to move from the bottom to the top to make a 10? 2. So 1, 2. Instead of 8 plus 7, now I have 10 plus 5. Okay? And we know that 10 plus 5 equals 15. Okay? Which means that 7 plus 8 also equals 15 because our number of counters didn't change. So see how making a 10 can really make it easy to solve addition problems, and that's why it's a really good strategy to use when you have addition problems that you might be stuck on. Nicely done today. Go ahead and go hop on Google Classroom and go answer those couple math problems just like you did yesterday. Remember, you can use any strategy that you want, but you're more than welcome to practice using doubles and near doubles or making a 10 to add. You can practice those strategies too, or whichever other one that you want to use. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow for another math lesson. Bye.